11,680 pounds. This is a beauty. Roughly 34, 35 feet. This 34S Cameo by Carriage. Man, whoever owned this thing, they used it well. They maintained it even better. This is one of those time capsule finds. The skin is gleaming. They upgraded the Moride steps. It smells like it's been shampooed, the carpeting and whatnot inside. If what you've been looking for is something where you want to park it on a site, you want to do like full-time RVing, but you just don't want to pay the new RV price tag, holy cow, guys. I don't know if I could find you a better used RV to fit that tag than this one. One of the cool parts about the layout, before we even talk about the build quality of this thing, God, this is beautiful, is that, like, if these slides are all closed, that table's going to come right up next to the kitchen counter. But it doesn't much matter, considering you can access every ounce of the kitchen with the slides closed. By doing this sort of split walk-through kitchen, it becomes very travel accessible, very friendly. You can get to the bedroom, the bathroom, everything. But let's start back here in the living area and work our way around. This is something I have always loved. I've always preferred a side entertainment. And the way that they did this, with this sort of sweeping radius countertop desk combo, how they left this all open, God, this is classy. This is just beautiful. Here's another really nice thing. All of the cabinetry is all hardwood. Like, if you open this cabinet door and you reach back in here, you can feel it is a stained wood. It's not a lumber core with a sticker wrap. It's the real McCoy. Everything in this is pretty top shelf. This was built right about pretty close to the end of when the Carriage company was still a standalone company, before they basically, their holdings were purchased and utilized under the Crossroads name. It's not a knock against anybody. I'm just sharing history. The RV that you're looking at, like, these aren't built anymore today. This is something very classy. This was the owner's third Carriage RV, and I totally understand why. Once you've had something like this, it's kind of like when you find a hairstylist or a barber that cuts your hair properly. It's really hard to give them up. The windows are all day-night shades. I love how they're fully woodwork framed out. These chairs, never used. They decided to use their own residential recliners, so these were stored in their home in the basement and never used. The kind of the bummer part, when he was bringing them up his stairs to put back in the camper, he did snag the stairwell in one little spot right there, but man, that's a small price to pay for literally never used recliners. I mean, you know, rocking recliners at that. These are sharp. Little classy details like the huge atrium windows. And you've got dimmer switch lighting in multiple zones of the RV. There's so many sharp, classy little touches and details here. Power outlets next to sofas for sleepers, or phone chargers, or guest CPAP machines. Still doing overhead storage above the sofa area, but a nice big, again, atrium window setup around that hardwood dining table. That does open and extend. Now, the chair that we saw in the office desk station right behind me right now, that is a folding chair, and there's 2 of those. So if you want, you can have 6 of these freestanding chairs right here. So if you want to sit 4 adults there and maybe kind of set up a little bit of a sort of dining situation over here or something like that, you kind of could. I mean, you could do a little bit of everything you want. You see how these overhead cabinets, the storage will actually pass through them. They give you storage access to everything below these solid surface counters with matching sink covers down here with these 2 big cabinet doors. And this RV, I don't know if it translates well to video, but this is one of the RVs that, like, if you don't know anything about campers, you don't have to. You can step inside this, and maybe you don't know what, and maybe you don't know why, but you can feel that you're in something superior here. Before my time with Haylett RV, we actually sold Carriage RVs for a brief period. At the time, we just were not as large and successful as we are now, and we just didn't have enough notoriety as an RV dealer to support carrying a really very kind of high-end brand like this. That's obviously all changed today, considering all the big Pinnacles and Montanas and everything else that we have here at Haylett RV. But this is something that, you know, kind of we respected even way back when. You've got the corner pantries wrapping all the way up around that refrigerator, and up top here, we do have a max air vent fan, so you can get that good kitchen heat exhaust. Now, you might also notice, very much like a, I totally lost my train of thought. Sorry, I went off the rails there. But anyway, ceiling fan up here just to circulate a little bit more air, and little coat hangers right by the door. And as we pan down from there, you might notice how we have a central vacuum cleaner here as well. Moving upstairs, I've always kind of liked RVs that have this sort of hallway, in a sense. You know, it's not super large, but you got this little hallway thing going on. And it's a very cool arrangement. Mr. Haylett himself actually had a Jayco Designer with a nearly identical floor plan to this for a long time. And I think maybe that's what kind of brings me back on it. Just like in the kitchen, we've got another Max Air vent fan up here. I like that extra little linen cabinet there. And the choice that they made here to go with a larger, clear glass, seamless radius shower, I think is awesome. Because this bathroom's already good and big, but it makes it feel even larger. Another really strong indicator of the grade of RV you're looking at is that even here in the bathroom, they have solid surface counters and stainless sinks, and all still hardwood cabinetry. At the time this was built, the industry as a whole was notorious for just churching up the kitchen and then kind of scaling back as you went through the rest of the RV, and you won't see that done here whatsoever. As I mentioned, we've got dimmer switch lighting in different areas of the RV, so if you want to, you can really kind of dim it up or down to the comfort level that you happen to have. All the electronics are here. Everything is present and accounted for. I love that little bench. You can sit down, put some shoes on over there. You can see the previous owners did install a combo washer dryer that is going with this. They are just not RVing anymore. That's the only reason this is here, because I think that's the only reason any person would ever want to get rid of something like this. This is beautiful. I'm a sucker for this huge headboard window, that big window that goes all the way across the headboard. You've got dual side stands contained right within the bed cavity itself. It has a queen in it. It is king capable. You will find power outlets very close beside the bed, so if you want to put yourself your little traveling CPAP machine up there, phone charger, you can. And this is a neat thing. It has an extended upper deck slide, so you're getting a bonus closet and dresser on top of what we've already seen, all up here, all contained in the upper deck. It's just extra storage hanging over thin air. But it's great because it's on the driver's side of the RV, so it doesn't really muck up your campsite. And the exterior of this thing, oh my God. It's, they had to have had it barn kept or something, because it is, here, I've got a great spot right here. Look at the gloss. I mean, there's no weathering, there's no oxidation, there's no fading or flaking of any decals. It's like there's a point when the reflection of the grass first touches the glass there that, like, you can't tell where the one stops and the other starts. That's crazy. These tires are only 2 years old. These are H-rated. He wanted good tires. He put some good tires on there. H-rated tires. Extra large entry handle. Just replaced the keyless entry door pad with a factory matching original one, so that, I mean, this is good to go. Upgraded to the Moride stable steps, and you still see the original steps down there. Quick peek in the pass-through, you see that Dirt Devil central vac system here. But you also notice, interestingly, they had a kind of like a residential style vacuum, but they created its own little storage shelf. I love how they did that so that you're not losing space for things like your totes. And you can see those struts holding those slam latch doors open. All of the stuff, I mean, so much of it that I'm talking about, like the Moride steps, the glossiness, the struts on the cabinet doors, that's stuff that you find all over the marketplace on a 2020 model. But this thing was way ahead of its time. Here's an amazing indicator of care, maintenance, and upkeep. They went through and they spot touched basically any exposed steel, just to make sure it was always going to stay sealed and weatherproof. You don't even have surface corrosion. Like, you can see how they went right over the Moride sticker right here. This is incredible. You can see they added those strong arm stabilizers on the landing gear right there, so that this thing's going to feel like it's on a concrete pad when you get to your campsite. Frameless windows and closed heated underbelly seasonal package. This is a beast. We're gonna hop up on that ladder in just a minute so you can take a quick peek at the roof. But this is something I think is cool. This is kind of a classic feature. Carriage, let's see, Newmar, when they were building towable RVs, they would kind of do this where they would utilize their rear cap to almost have a sort of trunk storage space. This also has reverse lighting, basically. Once again, something that is just way ahead of its time. And I mean, is it really a surprise to anybody at this point that the roof of this thing is just about as spick and span as you could ever hope it to be? Good Lord. This thing's beautiful. This thing is beautiful. Like I said before, if what you're looking for is something like, you know, we want to go full-time it, or we want to have an RV parked on a site and we just want to visit it from time to time, we want something nice, man, this is sharp. You're getting it at a used tag. That is just good news. So we're over here. This is our consignment lot. Every RV that we're seeing, including the one I'm standing on top of currently, we sell these for folks, but we sell them just like it was our own used inventory. We can still take trades, even though we don't own this camper. We'll take a trade, no big deal. You know, hitching pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between. We still only do everything. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. I hope somebody's okay. Well, hate to end the video on that note, but here we are. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. That's how life is. Sometimes it just throws you a curveball. You gotta roll with it.